It has gotten to that point where these people keep wondering, these people are furious, these people are inquisitive that why do we still have black excellence? If you check my community post, I actually created a community post where you literally see this black man ruling, and at the end of the day, a lot of crimes have been able to go down. So these are the excellence that they do not understand, that every single thing black people touch will just prosper. And if black people can survive every single stuff that have gone through Jim Crow, segregation, and so on and so forth, is it snap benefit that black people cannot survive? Black people are builders, even in terms of pains. See, I'm damn proud to be a black woman. I'm so proud to be in this melanated skin that I don't need to think twice for me to go under the sun. I'm so proud of who I am. And if you give me the opportunity to reincarnate myself, I will still choose to be black as far as I'm concerned. But anyways, I want you guys to watch. Watch this video and let me know what you guys think. Credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. With that being said, let's dive right into this video and I'll be back with commentaries.
Child, imagine having a head start and you still losing. But here's the plot twist. You think you winning. My grandma would say, bless their little hearts. 'Cause white supremacy really think it's winning. But baby, they made the people that's gonna beat it. Now stick with me. You ever work out with weights on, put on a weighted vest and ran laps? That's what racism did. Put weights on our backs, weights on our ankles for generations. But you know what happens when you work out with weights or a weighted vest? Oh, y'all know. It makes you stronger, skilled, faster, resilient. Baby, the weights didn't break us. They trained us. Baby, they've been sitting back with a 400-year head start, kicking their legs up, thinking mediocre is a trophy. Meanwhile, we've been in the trenches, baby, getting it out the mud, creating, learning, building. And baby, that's why our excellence is a transferable skill. That's why we keep showing up better, smarter, louder. And baby, this ain't just talk. Look at the wealth gap. That's proof right there. The system is stacked. But despite that, black entrepreneurship is still growing. Black businesses are still fueling communities, our art, our music, and culture. And the world, baby, they still trying to catch up. Child, they rig the rules, they cheat, they rewrite history, and they still losing. Bless their little hearts. You got Karens and Kens watching everything we do like it's a mystery. It ain't no mystery. It's resilience. It's resistance, love, family, community. That's black culture. That's black excellence. So yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to keep those vests on for a little longer. 'Cause baby, the race ain't over. But they done messed up. They underestimated us. Big mistake. Black history is the movement. Every day. Happy Black History 365. And I'll see you next time.
Y'all want to know what the special thing about being a black American is that we can handle it. We can handle anything life throws at us. Like, we're just built for this shit. You know what I'm saying? And the average, non-black American would not be able to last a day in our shoes. They wouldn't be able to last a week in our shoes. So that's the special thing about being a black American, because all that we go through and all that life continues to throw at us, we can handle it, and we always come out on top. We always come out strong. And these people know that they wouldn't last a day in our shoes. They say to themselves, "Thank God I'm not black. I go through a lot of stuff, but thank God I'm not black."
I want you to understand that Black women still rising and doing well currently in this economy is shocking to them. They don't understand how your hope has not been lost. First, they dangled the idea of a woman possibly who looks like you being in office, took that away. You rose again. They disproportionately fired Black women for their jobs, pushed them out even though they're their highest educated group. They wanted you to feel insecure, unstable. You rose anyway. Then they began talking about cutting of government assistance. And while not everyone benefits from that, others who do still doing their thing and making it happen. There are more Black women opening businesses than ever before because they have been pushed to be entrepreneurs now. They now have to be their own boss because you showed them as a boss you would mistreat them. Overall, everything this administration has done to specifically target Black women has not worked, and it will not work. And Black women will continue to prosper. That's just how it's going to be forever and ever.
You know how we as Black people, many times we talk about how we know how to survive because we're so used to not having or being the underdog, or because of having systems put in place to keep us down. And many times we say it as a badge of honor and with pride. But I was thinking, that's really sad. You know, it's really a sad commentary to have to say that now that things are just so bad financially in America for many people, and we're watching a lot of these MAGA supporters F around and find out that Trump really didn't give a damn when he's cut their benefits and everything. And now they're having to scrape pennies together to survive. And we're saying to one another, we're used to this. We know how to survive. We know how to thrive. And the fact that we've always had someone's foot on our neck, and that's what's made us so strong and resilient, is also a sad thing. Because they only treat us this way because of the color of our skin. Now, I know it's deeper than that. I know that you only try to oppress those that you fear, because you see their greatness, you see their beauty, you see their divinity, you see everything amazing in them that you don't see in yourself. So you try to push it down and deprive it of the same liberties you have. But the fact that we do know how to make $1 out of 15 cents, and we know how to get some dandelions and some greens out of the field and put a little bit of meat in them and make collard greens and feed a whole family off just $10, it's a flex, but then it's not. Because at what cost? At what cost? You know? Just a thought. Let me know what you think. Let me get in this gym.
Yeah, their playbook was Black people fighting in the streets all summer. They wanted a summer of violence. They wanted all those video clips of Black people being violent. And the entire Black community collectively in one voice heard their ancestors say, rest, stay home. Don't go out in the streets. They collectively heard it, and they've all listened, and it was right. They have been dealing with a apartheid fascist state for generations, even worse than an apartheid state. Like in the slavery era, that was like they have been in an abusive narcissistic relationship with the government for generations, since the first person unwillingly stepped foot on this land. They have studied their abusers, because that's what you have to do. When you are a victim to an abuser, you have to study their every movement as a form of self-protection. And they have done that. They didn't have to learn it as they go when he took power in November. They already knew. What do you do when your abuser all of a sudden you hear him walking on the hallway and his footsteps are a little bit off? His breathing's a little bit off. You hide. You go and you hide in your closet. You go out the window and run. You get somewhere safe. They have gone somewhere safe. They're not, resting is not passive. That is not passive protest. That is active protest. And it is working more than anything else that has been being done. It is more effective than I can think of anything else that is being done right now. Resting to me means staying home, saving your money, not spending your money at corporate stores, not, buying local, shopping at local stores, going to local restaurants, supporting local businesses, building community, saving your dollars. We brought down Target, and that was 100% led by Black people, by the Black community, 100%. We made Disney come to their knees with just money in a weekend. Like, that is where it hits them where they hurt. We do not need people in the streets being violent. If you feel the call to be out there marching, go march. Do what you feel called to do. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about they wanted summer of 2020 visuals. And they didn't get it. Summer's over. They never got those visuals. I guarantee they have some strategy book and they're like, summer of violence, martial law, we can bring troops in everywhere. Every time they bring troops in somewhere that is shown to be peaceful, people wake up. Every time somebody wakes up. It's a snowball. So people that are resting are literally doing the most right now. So thank you for everyone that engaged with that post and are commenting on it. Those comments are literally like, I'm glad I've introduced some people to the term gray rocking. I'm glad I've put words to what people have been feeling, and that people in the Black community are validating that, like, finally a white lady gets it. Because that literally makes me emotional. Nothing makes me more emotional than getting validation from, especially a Black woman. If you come in my comments and say, you get it, I get emotional every time. So thank you for that. Because you all know, nobody knows most besides, like, the smartest, most aware people in the world are Black women. And you will never change my mind on that. Because they have to be. And they are. So thank you for validating my last post, because that's how I've been feeling about it ever since I first saw people saying we're sitting this one out. That has meant a lot. Like, that moved me a lot.
Have y'all noticed this? Anytime something occurs, the first race that's brought up in a negative way is African American people. I love being Black. Wouldn't want to be any other race. But with everything going on, African American people are not the only race who need assistance. Like, I don't know where that mind frame or model came from and what statistics are y'all looking at. I can go on and on and on and on and on and on about this, about the statistics and this and that and this and that and this and that. But there's no point. Do your own research. For some reason, some of y'all brains are wired that everything is about African American people. Like, everything. Can we live? Like, can we literally live? Like, there's no need for us to be living in your head rent free. Nobody should be living in your head rent free. No race should have that much power over you for you to be spiraling out so much hate. But damn, can we live?
Check this video out real quick, and then I've got something to say.
Ever notice that when Black people build an all-Black neighborhood, it's called empowerment? But when white people build an all-white neighborhood, all of a sudden they're the triple K.
You know, I can't speak for Black communities everywhere in America, but I know a little something about the Black communities here in my hometown of Mobile, Alabama. Those Black communities mostly sprung up during World War II, when we won the largest shipbuilding contract in America, and Black families that were still working at the same farms, just as sharecroppers, not enslaved prisoners, finally escaped that shit and moved to Mobile. And they built communities. The first one, I guess, was Down the Bay community. And we put an interstate right through it. The second one, I guess, would be Tolmanville and Pritchard. Now, Pritchard was a white community. When Black people started moving into Tolmanville and the outskirts of Pritchard, all those good white folks packed up and left because they didn't want to be around Black people. So they decimated the property value, and they built 2 interstates through that community. Now, the third one we could talk about, it's actually the first one chronologically. You may have heard about Africatown. Africatown was made up of the last people brought over on a slave ship well after the slave trade was supposed to be ended, because a couple of white dudes got together and made a bet. And that community was just trying to figure out how to speak English. They had been here such a short period of time when slavery was abolished. They were given a little piece of swampland and they made something of it, and they built a community. And we put an interstate through it. And we built 2 paper mills right in the middle of that community. We polluted the air. We polluted the water. We ruined the roads with logging trucks, made the whole place smell like one big fucking fart. And then we gave all the good jobs at the paper mill to the white people that had fled and gone out to live in the county and the suburbs. We just pulled wealth away from that community. But yeah, build your white community. That's the same as black people not wanting to live around white people. Yeah, that's exactly the same. Cool. Oh, I almost forgot the war on drugs too, and how that decimated wealth in those black communities. Yeah. The triple K. You're even wearing the cross, bitch.
I'm proud. I'm proud to be black. I'm more proud to be black. Honestly, there is no other person that can survive it. I, there is no other person that can survive it. Even in pains, we built. We built. We keep building. And that is why a lot of time they are surprised. How are we managing? And the moment they think they are coming the other way, we are moving to the next level. The moment they think they are dragging this with us, we are leaving it for them and heading towards another direction. They are confused. Who are these people? And that is why do not be surprised if you see a lot of things happening. Do not be surprised when they want to trigger you just because they wanted to talk. Do not be surprised when these people literally want to come for you. Do not be surprised whenever they see you and they are angry. It is because of who you are. It is because you are the Lord's choosing. It is because despite every single thing, they knew it that if they should be able to go through what you are going through, they're going to break down, baby. They are not going to move forward, baby. So since that is the case, the only thing they can do now is, what can we do to stop them from progressing? What can we do to shut their mouths? What can we do to make them not appear? What can we do to make them not talk again? But no, we are talking. We will continue to talk. We will continue to speak. We will continue to preach into existence. Because as far as I'm concerned, the Lord has literally and always been by our side. That is what God can do for you. So do not be surprised. Do not worry. Do not murmur. Do not be sad when you see a lot of things happening and within you, you knew that these things are not supposed to happen. It is because these people have seen the light of God that has literally been shining. They have seen that God has been coming through. And if you have never been proud to be black, if all your life you have sat down in regret, crying, why is this always happening? Why must it always be us? Just know that the main reason is because they have seen you as survivors. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Credit belongs to original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, and share. And yes, guys, with that being said, with no further ado, I do add like let's say in my videos. I'm going to be Simba and I'll see you guys in my next one. And just be happy because you are wonderfully and fearfully made as a black person. I love you guys. Mwah.